Go. It says go. It's 8:30 Wednesday, New York City, mysterious hotel room. We're going to do a live because that's what we do. If I can do a live stream at 8:30 on a Wednesday, we're going to do it. Lots to get into, lots to talk about. First and foremost, that hair. I don't know what's I got a bit of a wave going on. All right, so taped the Gutfeld show. So much fun was had. Greg was in a mood, and that's always good. That's always good. Greg was in a mood. The Chael, the UFC guy who broke my arm in the promo, great guy. Emily, fantastic. Tyrus is money in the bank. So, hello, Elaine from Virginia. Wonderful. Whereabouts in Virginia? I'm gonna need more information. Do it for Texas is in the house. Denise, homeless lesbians rock. I had a wet cardboard box joke ready to go. If I just needed Greg to call he made a homeless comment, but he didn't throw in the lesbian part, and I really felt like that would have been the wet and Bach, whatever. I'll just let that go. My hair is very aerodynamic tonight, right? I got like a David Lynch thing going on. I'm going to order a piece of pie and have a cup of coffee. The DC area, I love. There used to be an improv in DC. It was like downstairs, almost in a basement. Fantastic place, fantastic joint. All right, before we get started, oh my gosh, no, stop. Is that the wet cardboard? Okay, it probably is. All right. Before we go, thanks for sharing. The numbers are fantastic, but this isn't really, I mean, yes, hundreds and hundreds. Someday it will be millions, but it's because you guys are sharing the clips and sharing this and letting people know. Lloyd says, no pants here. No pants here either, buddy. That's how we do it. I don't know if you saw the Tata Tuesday pick. Ooh la la. That was a no bra club. Let me know if you're listening to the podcast. We've been talking about this. Slut month is coming up in July, because I think somebody has to help celebrate just regular, good old fashioned male-female relationships, right? But we had to put some spice on it, so we're calling it Slut month. But the no bra club is the thing. So, hey, John, how's it going? And prayers for Virginia and all affected by the flooding. We're going to have to come back to that. Holy smokes, I had no idea. I'm just getting caught up. But let me know if you have, if you're a member of the No Bra Club. Are you in the No Bra Club? Have you heard of the No Bra Club? There's a picture of this girl taking off a T-shirt that said No Bra Club, and it was a good photograph. John says, I love Slut Month. Hello, North Carolina. I hope to be coming back to North Carolina very soon. Next up is Las Vegas. The MGM, Brad Garrett's Comedy Club, one of my favorites. Slut Month in July, because why not? Slut Month is in July, and I'll tell you why I chose July, because June is gay month. They get a whole month of like there's parades and stuff, and I'm like, heterosexual people, we're having fun. Where's our parade? Where's our night at the club to be celebrated for what we like to do sexually? So that's why I picked July. I picked July because if you don't have your summer body by July, you're probably not going to get it. So that's who you are. That's your summertime you. You got to be locked. Hopefully, you're locked in by June. I got some work I got to do, but hopefully you're locked in to your happy June summertime body. You'll have your new the Loftus Party summer T-shirt. That's coming. That's coming. We're almost finalizing the design, but it's going to be an absolute freaking. You're going to love the shirt. And then you got the 4th of July. You got the 4th of July. So you're out. It's the 4th of July. You go to a barbecue. You and your special someone. You're like looking up at fireworks going off, and you're like, "This is so romantic." And then you lean over and you kiss, blah, 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 blah. And then you're like, "Hey, remember, it is Slut Month." Everybody gets laid. I want Slut Month to be so successful. People are jealous. They're jealous. Because we'll just make it. Listen, I want corporate sponsorships. I want the government to support this endeavor. I want Goodyear to make donations. I want pamphlets on college campuses. Now here's the deal. I turned into Ross Perot for a second. Now here's the deal. Let me tell you. Can I finish, Larry? Can I finish? Hey, it's Ross Perot. That dude was right about everything. It's not whore month, okay? It's Slut Month. There's a difference. There's a difference. I didn't expect the show to go like this, but here we are. Like a whore does it for money and just pretends, right? A slut does it for the love of the banging, right? A slut, there's an emotional connection, and that's what I want. If you're the Oprah of Slut Month, you get one slut. It's not. You're not. This isn't about swinging and be. This is like. Here's what happens in relationships. I think this happens a lot, and I'm here to help the healing. You've been with the same person for a really long time, and you just you lose your little zhuzh, you lose your little you know. And so I'll help out by having an event, by having Slut Month and parades that celebrate just relationships and banging. We're gonna bring that back. It's like in a documentary. They say that as soon as you put a camera in the room, you've affected the reality. Just by having Slut Month, someone, I guarantee you, someone's going to be driving around with their wife, or maybe it's a wife with her husband, and you're going to be coming back from Target, and it's going to be a miserable day, but you'd like a little nookie, and then you can look over and you go, it is Slut Month. And then boom, you're off to the races. Slut Month trumps next. I am a hero, Mikey dog. I am a hero. I will tell you this. In my first 1 hour special that I did for Comedy Central, I did a joke about women getting TMJ. It was a big joke about TMJ and blah, 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 blah. And boy, people would write me thank you notes for making fun of TMJ. All right. What's nookie? Says Larry. That's a sad question. Okay, so we're going to talk to you guys about I just love seeing the NERPs. NERPs? Are those nips? Nips, NERPs. Just get married and have a kid, maybe. Yeah, right? Get married. Oh, for the love of God, please. Get married and have a kid. And then when things cool off, a couple years down the road, A guy like me will invent something wonderful called Slut Month, and you'll be like, oh yeah, that's right. That's how we got into this mess. Ross Perot had his ears pulled too long. That's why he had cookie jars disease. She was like, get back down there. Ross Perot was right about everything. Ross Perot was right about everything. And thank goodness we have Trump in there getting new deals and getting the tariffs figured out and getting free trade. No one is against free and fair trade. That's a great thing. That's a wonderful thing. I love importing goods from distant lands, but it's got to be a two-way street. Ever present, still waiting for you to host Gutfeld. Well, thank you. I can't. It says a lot. If they called, I would answer. I would be more than. I'd love to host that show. That would be an absolute riot. That would be so much fun. But I will say this: it speaks very well of Greg's character and his confidence as a human being that he lets other people host. That's a really, really generous thing that he does. If you go back and look at David Letterman, Letterman never let anybody else host. Who's taken bring Gutfeld to turd stock, says Norma. That is a high quality idea, and it's been percolating. But who's filled in for Jimmy Kimmel? Who's filled in for Jimmy Fallon? Those guys are so they're worried. They're holding on really tight. But like the ones who are great, like Johnny Carson, Johnny Carson wasn't worried about losing his job. He's like, hey, you can host it. Go have fun. I'm taking a vacation. And I think it's great that Greg has that too. He's like, you know what? I got a baby. I'm going to go home. Tyrus, do you want to host? Cat? Yeah, I've had it. Have fun. That's a great thing. Gutfeld is awesome. Only Michael could do it right. I would wear a suit. I wouldn't wear a tie though, but I'd wear a jacket, and I would wear chaps. I would wear chaps, which are inherently assless. It bums me out when people say assless chaps. You know what assless chaps are? Pants, right? So you don't have to, right? You don't have to say drinking fountain. It's just it's a fountain. Actually, no, it is a drinking fountain because you drink out of it. Some fountains you don't, but you know what I'm saying. Kamala Ding Dong, not the slut of Democrats, whore. She's doing it for the money. Big difference. Kamala Ding Dong, okay? She's like, how do I kickstart my political career? I need to hang out with some movers and some shakers. Hey, Willie Brown, is Willie Jr. home? Oh. Yeah, no pants on Gutfeld. A lot of blurs blow. Yes, they'd have to pixelate the entire lower third. Okay. I want to get to a couple things, but I don't want to spoil the show. I don't want to spoil the Gutfeld show because there is some like overlap in terms of the stuff that I wanted to talk about. Oh, here's one. No, dang it. Stay tuned. Here's what you're gonna want to watch for on Gutfeld tonight. The Shri Thanedar. There's this guy, Shri Thanedar. He's the guy who's trying to impeach Trump. And I didn't get this part out in my answer when we were talking about it. It all happens very fast. This Shri Thanedar, I'm so glad we made fun of him. I really am. But what he's trying to do, I believe, he's trying to pick a fight with Trump. You know, he desperately wants Trump to talk about him, have somebody talk about him and his crazy impeachment thing. And that way, Shri Thanedar can send out an email asking for money. Oh, you got to send me back. You got to help. Oh, we got to fight these. That's what he's want. It's a pretty smart move on Shri's part in terms of fundraising. Yeah, even the Dems are mad at that guy, says Mikey. Yes. And when they have a clip, I didn't see the clip until we were taping the show. They show a clip of this guy talking to a little paid crowd. Oh, it's great. It's wonderful. Jim says he's waiting for Art Vandelay of Vandelay Industries. You don't have to apologize. Claim you're a thinking Dem in 2026. That will give you time to run. Yeah. That clown Shri wants attention that bad. He's an ass. Yes. And it's painfully obvious. It's painfully obvious. It's obvious to a guy like me. Oh, this is what he's doing. He's trying to raise money. May says, hello, everyone. I am new here. Well, welcome aboard, May. We have one rule, and that rule, Brian Hayner. Hey, big boy. Brian, we need to talk for real about doing some shows. And then also there's, I wrote a thing about it at the loftusparty.com. There's a thing coming up in New York in September. It's a CBGB's. Sadly went out of business. They had to sell their location. It's a heartbreaker. But they're having a big music festival. It's like a 1-day music festival in September, and I really want to go. So, yeah. And then Brian will write some songs. We'll not at the festival, but we'll do some stuff. But we have to talk, Brian. You guys know Brian Hayner. He's freaking amazing. One of the best guitarists in North America, in the world, globally. Just an amazing talent. And his son plays as well professionally. It was reported that guy abandoned a bunch of dogs and other animals in a lab. Yes, that's what's being said about Shri, is that, and I don't want that to be true. I haven't even looked into it. It's just one of those things that, like, I'll never look at you the same way again. If you have caused harm to an animal, that sets me off like nothing else. I've seen videos where people are like, I don't even like to think about it, but I would. It's why the movie John Wick did so well. That first John Wick, where it's his dog and something happens to the dog. Everybody gets that. That's like lights out. I'm now in the cosmic realm. I'm not walking amongst my fellow humans. I can't take it. I don't. That's what they should do for the next presidential election. Is just whoever runs against JD Vance. They just like that guy. That guy hit a kitten with his car. That's all I'm saying. Eat more Kit Kats. All right. So Shri was very funny. That was very funny. We talked a little bit about the Qatar. This was wild because I was talking about this on the podcast. The Air Force One, Trump ordered a new one in 2018. In 2018, because that plane's like 40 some odd years old. And he's like, we got to update this thing. So Trump says, let's get a new Air Force One. And then Boeing is like, well, you better get in line. It's going to be 10 years. And verily, I say unto thee, WTF? Like, that's the president of the United States. If the president of the United States says, hey, we need a new official plane, I think you let him cut the line. I think you go, this is the safety and comfort and it's the Oval Office in the sky. You should be honored to have that task. And you should want it to be the very best and as fast. So yeah, now everybody's mad at Trump. They're making it sound like The people of Qatar were like, Donald Trump, I will give you a plane, but you must do my bidding. No, that's not how these people operate. Trump asked for a new Air Force One back in 2018. Boeing pretty much told him, good luck, buddy. We'll get to you when we get to you. Okay. So now Trump's over there cutting a deal with those guys, renegotiating this, that, and the other thing. And they're like, dude, we got like 20 of these things. We give them away. We give away these planes at birthday parties. That's our thanks for coming gift. Trump's like, I'll take one. What do you want? And then I said this to Greg. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. And I like the fact that Trump will have his own team doing Air Force One. He will have the team of people that did his Trump plane for years and years, people from his inner circle, people that he trusts. Yes, Boeing is a joke. And that's why I'm kind of glad that Trump is like, okay, so that plane was never meant for me. That's someone else's plane, but I can take it. I can personalize it. And then when I leave, I'll take the frickin' plane with me, because then the new Air Force One will be ready because it's 10 years late. It's a freaking great move, and I think it's a tactical move. I don't think Trump, and I'm happy too, I don't think he wants to fly around in something that the deep state is done God knows what with, right? Who knows what they're doing? You know, putting after Butler, all bets are off. So good job, Trump. Once again, he outfoxed them all. He gets his own Air Force One, and then he'll take it with him when he leaves. House panel folks sleeping. Oh, yeah. So Debbie Dingle. Debbie Dingle, who I was always like, Debbie Dingle sounds like she was the one who was asleep today. She was the one she was just passed out like a little kid in the back seat of a station wagon. Debbie Dingle. Debbie Dingle sounds like, do you remember those books in elementary school where like, here's the guy you want to be like this guy. He combs his hair after this guy, he's a, do you remember those? The one guy would like carefully wrap up his garbage and put it in the trash can and he was good. And then the other guy would just like throw his garbage everywhere and nobody liked him. And that's a Debbie Dingle. You don't want to be a Debbie Dingle. Debbie Dingle, ding dong, Debbie Dingle. She falls asleep in the big meeting. Don't be a Debbie Dingle. It does. Debbie Dingle does sound like a porn name. It does. I'm glad you said it, because I was thinking it too. Like a Debbie Dingle. Is it like a special move that she does? You go to a prostitute. I have $78. What could I get? Well, for $50, you could get a hand job or a Hummer. If you had another $12, I could give you a Debbie Dingle. How many? You want $100 for a Debbie Dingle? I used to get a Debbie Dingle in the parking lot of the Waffle House for $70. Well, times are tough. A Debbie Dingle is when she's screwing you really good and then falls asleep in the middle of it and then wakes up startled for the end. Oh. Man. Yeah. You want the Debbie Dingle, not the Debbie Dangle. The Debbie Dangle is a whole different maneuver. Okay. Debbie Dingle and Dick Durbin. Dick Durbin. Of the two, I would rather have a Debbie Dingle than a Dick Durbin. A Dick Durbin is something that's only performed in the Middle East. Oh, Diddy. Oh, okay. Have you guys been keeping up with the Diddy? I don't like the Diddy stuff. That's making me sad, and I'm learning way too much. And I'm glad I don't know the girl's name. But you're hearing some like horrifying stuff, and here's what I would hope. Let's not make the victims famous in this. There's this girl who's like, they're like, oh, and then Diddy and blah blah blah, they were at a thing, and then he hired a guy to do this and then they keep naming her name, and I'm like, we don't need that. She can be like victim number 2043. I think we could go by numbers instead of names at this point. I don't need to. And then the press is like showing the picture of this like beautiful girl, and you're like, it's like Monica Lewinsky. I always kind of felt bad for Monica Lewinsky. I really did. And to this day, fun to know fact, a buddy of mine in Los Angeles, his wife was very good friends with Monica Lewinsky back in the day, of all things. Very nice girl. What did she do besides fall in love with the wrong guy? Yeah, poor Monica. And then and then like when she goes on a date, the guy's like, huh, and that's I don't think Monica Lewinsky's gonna do the Debbie Dingle. You'll be lucky to get a. Diddy was protected by the music industry until he became a liability. That's what I think. Oh, hi, Debbie. You tuned in late to Hysterical Laughter. Yes, I think that the Diddy thing is going to have a lot of similarities to Epstein, the island where people were brought over, they were encouraged to participate, and there was videos of the whole thing. I just don't know if we will ever see or hear like the real, like who was really there. It's like Epstein. I think with Diddy, they'll give us a handful. They'll be like, oh, here's enough to keep it salacious and keep people talking about it. But like, when you look at the list of the people who are going to those parties, yeah, what were they doing? What were they doing? We're hearing about, oh, Diddy had this guy too. Didn't no. What were the party goers? That's what. Yeah. Monica shakes hands. Weird. Da 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 da. Da. All right. Vegas is coming up. I hope you enjoyed the Gutfeld show this evening. And here's where I messed up. I did the Blasterama, and I forgot to put in anything in the subject line. So the next day, so I do the Blasterama. I sent it out, and like the next day, I see an email that says from Michael, untitled. And I'm like, what the hell is that? What the hell is that creepy spam? And I almost deleted it. And then I looked and I'm like, oh, that's the Blasterama. Oh, and then I realized it and I thought, oh, I should send it again with a subject. But then I'm like, then I'm just going to bug people and it's going to look weird. So I'll write another one. I'll do it from Vegas. Give you a little update, and we'll do a live from Vegas as well, and we'll go next Wednesday. Next Wednesday we'll be here. So thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing these live streams and participating. And thank you. No one's talking about the Epstein list anymore. Thank you, Mikey. You are just crushing it tonight. Yeah, here's what I want to keep talking about. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna keep talking for a little bit. Here's what I want to know. I want to keep talking about the Epstein list. I really do, and I also want to talk about Kash Patel. And I thought he was going to dismantle the FBI. I thought on day one he was going to dismantle the FBI and send all those agents to the four corners of America to actually go fight crime. That is worth talking about. Here's the other one. I was talking about this on the podcast, and this is one that's really we're going to have to get activated on this. Mike, your comment I think was a big help here. We need to let the GOP, we need to make them keenly aware of the hell there will be to pay. You will be out of a job. This whole one big beautiful bill and all this, the one big beautiful bill is the biggest crock of shit I've ever heard of. I don't want one big beautiful bill because some dork's going to dig in their heels about one issue. And he's like, I'm not going to vote on your big beautiful bill. And they will fail. They will fail. Here's what I want out of the GOP. First of all, get the back to work. And for issues that are no-brainers, sign that shit into law. Okay, how about we do this? Only citizens can vote. Make it a law. It's a law nationwide. Paper ballots, make it a law nationwide. You need an ID, make it a law nationwide. All the stuff that Trump's done to secure the border, make it a law. All of this stuff, the agenda, no tax on tips, make it a law. No tax on Social Security, make it a law. One big, beautiful bill. They could do this shit in a week. They could literally just go, oh, you know what? If you were a biological male, you're not allowed to play in women's sports. Make it a law. Or do you think for a moment Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats would be sleeping on a lead like the GOP's been sleeping on? Well, we're busy working. We're busy working on one big beautiful bill. That is I don't even like to say it or think about it. It's a crock, and we need to listen. It's the game appears to be this. The GOP pretends to fumble a lead, and then they go, oh, we didn't realize how bad it was. If you can send me back to Washington, if you could just send me back to Washington, then they do it all the time. Remember Obamacare? Oh, send me back to Washington, and we are going to get rid of Obamacare because Obamacare is not going to be good for people's health insurance, which it hasn't been. And then, boy, they somehow magically, mystically, they could never fix that. They could never come around to fix that. And then when Trump in his first term, oh, somehow they couldn't make these tax cuts for the middle class. We can't make those permanent. We can't. Can you build a wall? Can't really do that either. Why the F not? The GOP is in some kind of self-fulfilling like zombie mode. They don't want to believe that everything's changed. Everything has changed. We are all hip to the grift. We are all hip to the game. We all know how shit works. We're not watching CNN and MSNBC and all these other crap channels. So yeah, we will rally the troops, and we will start to give them hell. I'm ready to go next week. I'm trying to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I'm trying to give Kash Patel the benefit of the doubt. Dan Bongino, benefit of the doubt. Maybe they got to put cases together, and that takes a while. And how long does it take, dude? How long? It's been months now. So we'll give them the benefit of the doubt, and then we're going to start to raise holy hell. Because guess what we're going to do? We're going to make America great again. You're all wonderful. I hope you're enjoying the podcast. For the people on Locals and Patreon, that segment is just for you, and it's probably my favorite part of the whole show. So thank you for everything, sharing, supporting, subscribing, all of it. You're all wonderful. I will see you tonight on the Gregory Gutfeld Show. No mask, no pants, no